Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. Today we have an awesome assortment of Patreon creations, which each offer a ton of unique variety. So stay tuned and let's check them out. Welcome back, everybody. Today's episode is going to be very exciting as we have three very distinct coasters to look at once again. And if you guys are new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button, leave a like if you enjoy these videos, and also be sure to check us out on Discord. We are now open to the public. Anyone can join the Planko family. And as mentioned earlier, this is a Patreon episode, trying to give our patrons priority spotlight. So if you guys want to see my Patreon page, link is down in the description below. Support the show, help me get these creations out to you guys, so I can continue making this kind of content with your support. All right, with that out of the way, let's check out the first creation of the day, KuckKuck Indoor Coaster, created by DDEX, one of our Discord master builders and golden patrons. And here he says, there are quite a lot of iconic things my home country Germany is known for. One of it is the Black Forest Schwarzwald KuckKuck clock. Knowing some giant creations from the workshop and some of your contests, I decided to build the giant KuckKuck's clock, and to make it more fun with a coaster inside, where you ride through the lovely Black Forest. Thanks for your channel and videos. Hope you enjoy it. You are very welcome, and I hope I enjoy it as well. So let's take a closer look at the coaster's ride stats. So here we go. We have a Typhoon Barghest. No train swap here today. All green stats across the board. Pretty good duration for an indoor coaster. And there's a look at the rest of the results if you want to see them. And let's delay no further and get right on this coaster. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Very fun creation here today by DDEX. I think we featured you a couple episodes ago as well. Let me see here. DDEX. Yeah, you did the Oshi Oriental Space Program. So one, taking a spin on the Asian theme, and now you're doing the German theme and nailing both of them impeccably. Definitely has that German vibe. So really good stuff there. Fun inspiration. I really don't have any feedback for you. I think it was a fun indoor experience, and it's really tricky to do these indoor coasters, and it looks good from the exterior too if you were to jam it into your park. So overall, really stunning job on this one today, DDEX. Let me know what you guys think of the coaster down in the comments below, and if you have any feedback, suggestions, or critiques for DDEX here today. And with that said, let's check out the next coaster of the day. Neon, created by Sublimes, one of our Discord advanced builders, and here they say, in the near future, giant corporations reside in vast cities. Dive in and explore one of these huge, vibrant cities with Neon, a compact dive coaster with all green stats in a 4K blueprint. Setup guide included. Make sure curved slopes are enabled and turn off angle snap with the queue and priority queue. Hope you enjoy. Bam! All right, this looks absolutely fantastic. So as mentioned, it's a dive Athon coaster. I don't think there's any swap outs on these things. So there it is. All green stats across the board. Let's see what the biggest drop is. 35 meters. It's always hard to get a big drop on a blueprint dive coaster. And I always commend people who try to make a dive coaster blueprint, which your scenery, by the way, looks amazing. But we're going to save that discussion for after we ride this coaster. So let's delay no further and get right on it. That is a ton of fun. Looks like I made a couple mistakes here. I put the water splash here. I forgot to do it at 2 other spots, as you might have noticed. The big drop here and one near the end. So my bad for that. Now, if you guys are going to place this down in your parks, one thing to note is you're going to have to actually raise the coaster up, do that terraforming, then drop it back down. So there's definitely a few spots to check for those water, and I think it's a nice little addition slash touch. It's a little strange having a water right out of the gate. Let's see how this looks. It's not getting much of a splashdown, is it? Is it not in test mode anymore? Yeah, it's very mild. Really not much of a splash at all. Anyways, let's talk about the aesthetics of this. First of all, the coaster design felt very fun for a dive coaster compact blueprint. Can't really make too many adjustments there or improvements. Now, we've been talking about these city builds a few times in the last Patreon episodes, I want to say. It seems like a lot of the patrons have been tackling these buildings, oddly enough. And I was saying, try not to do that unless it's in a park setting, unless you can keep the part count down. And look how many buildings you put together and still got this into 4K. It's very impressive to me. Look at that, exactly 4K on the money. This little building, 150 pieces, 8 pieces, 66, 83, 33. See, this is very efficient building blocks, and you've got them jammed together and wedged on different angles, which makes them have a lot of depth and undulation. So it's just a smart build overall. And this reminds me of a contest submission, and I want to say Sublimes was one of the ones that did the contest submission I'm thinking on. Let me check his workshop here. Transistor the Ride. It was like this guy's very first creation ever. I think he won the entire contest with it. Yeah, I can see your inspiration or your building style from Transistor the Ride. If you guys have not seen that, type that into the search engine on the channel because it was absolutely phenomenal. But this just goes to show that like you're really efficient at making these simplistic building and city designs at a very cheap cost. So keep up the great work, Sublimes. You're absolutely a monster at this. And what is your current rank? Advanced. Well, you're definitely looking to be higher than that. Now I'm gonna have to take a look at your workshop sometime soon, but be sure to apply for that workshop review so I do that, and link is in Discord. Boom. That's all I gotta say for this one here. It's an amazing job, and let's check out the next creation. Ice Age Bobsled Coaster created by Tajeb Soul, one of our Discord expert builders and silver patrons. And here they say, hey Johnny, just before Christmas, I finished my Ice Age coaster. I always try to find a good niche, and one time on my way to work, I came up with the Ice Age as a good theme to fit the winter period. I really enjoy the videos and can't wait to hear what you think of this creation. Keep up the great work. All best, Tajeb Soul. Pronounce Chapsol. Chapsol. Everybody tells me how to pronounce their name at the end. So hopefully I remember for the next time. I like the saying Tajeb for some reason, so hopefully I can remember Chapsol, but like Tajeb looks nothing like Chapsol. All right, I'm not gonna remember. That's a tricky one. Anyways, let's take a closer look at this. Oh, I was gonna say, we're a little late. We're kind of in the summer now. This creation got a little bit delayed. My absence and the contest and everything else. So yeah, Planet Coaster was a little bit of a hit and miss for the first half of this year. My bad, you guys, but we're back and these things are gonna come out quicker. So here's a look at the ride stats, everybody. It is a bobsled, pretty standard stuff here. So let's just give it a ride. And there it is. Pretty mild, but generally pretty fun. I mean, these bobsleds can get pretty intricate. The ones I've seen in the past so far have definitely been a lot more extreme than this one. But I think in terms of like the Ice Age theme, fun, playful, you know, Pixar, I think it was just the right amount of track, and it has some, you know, big turns and stuff like that. So I think it's great. My feedback would be towards your characters and stuff. Like, they're pretty iconic, but as we're coming through here, we don't really get to recognize them. We don't have time to look at them. I mean, I could have turned the camera a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit of a hit and miss in terms of location. And we have this guy as well, which I didn't really catch from the rider's seat either. What I would have probably done, and I love that acorn, by the way. Yeah, so looking at your composition here, we have this beautiful igloo. The Ice Age sign is phenomenal. Now, what I probably would have done is had this billboard area. Can I even grab that? More about here. Still not quite the best angle, but it's a little bit better. I'm just trying to help you with your composition in terms of like screenshot appeal, Steam Workshop appeal. When you see the words Ice Age, but you don't see any of the characters, it's a little bit misleading. And same with our, you know, our little acorn guy. Maybe if he was, you know, tucked away somewhere like there. Now, when we do our screenshot, we have the characters included, all there on screen. We get that feeling of Ice Age without just the font. We have the characters included. Now, this might be a little bit too high, which kind of messes with your composition and your hill back here, but you could have done an igloo cave out the back, you know, like you have here. So just higher, like instead of having this so high, you could have brought it down lower, and then that might help. But just little things to think about is that screenshot appeal and bringing your composition together, and I think that would help just a little bit more, because if you're not seeing it on the rider seat, you should at least see it from the queue or the entrance, and I think that brings it all together nicely. Boom. So that's my feedback for you here today, Chapsol. Almost forgot. All right, now that I've said it, hopefully I remember for the next time. And yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode, everybody. If you guys enjoy, please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more content, join us on Discord, links are down in the description below. Love to hear your comments, what you guys thought of these creations. Leave them down below, let the creators know what you think of their creations, and if you want to download them, links are also in the description. One more big thank you to all the patrons in this episode for supporting the show. We're gonna get these out quicker and faster next time, so the priority passes are kicking in and are effective as of right now. So if you guys want to get your stuff featured on the show, do join the Patreon program. Link is in the description. Boom. All right, that's gonna do it for me here today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.